Are you still creating a record of your leads into your Google Sheets manually? Then this automation is just for you. So hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we're going to learn how to add IndiaMART leads inquiries to Google Sheets for customers' electronics business. So I'm an owner of an electronics business and I receive a lot of leads and inquiries for my business with the help of IndiaMART by the potential customers and clients. So here what I want is that as soon as I'm going to receive a new lead with the help of IndiaMART by the potential customers and clients, automatically I'm going to create a record of that lead in my Google Sheets. I want to add the leads details in Google Sheets. Now doing this manually, adding the lead details into my Google Sheets manually is very time consuming. So what I did was I simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And in this automation, I have created a connection between IndiaMART and Google Sheets with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation, then let me take you all to my screen. Welcome to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to add IndiaMART leads inquiries to Google Sheets for customers' electronics business. So as an owner of an electronics business, I use IndiaMART to connect with my potential customers and receive leads and inquiries about my products. And I use Google Sheets as a go-to tool for organizing and analyzing my sales data. However, the problem is transferring every new lead that is generated with the help of IndiaMART manually in Google Sheets, as it is very time consuming and prone to errors. So to solve this, I've automated the process of adding IndiaMART leads into Google Sheets. So now whenever every new lead and inquiry that is generated with the help of IndiaMART is automatically recorded in my Google Sheets, allowing my team to quickly access and track and follow up with the leads that are generated without any delay. And I'm going to be creating this amazing automation between IndiaMART and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Add IndiaMART Leads Inquiries to Google Sheets for Customers' Electronic Business. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. So these are the folders from which under IndiaMART I've created a folder in the name of Lead Management. I'm going to select this folder in order to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Add IndiaMART Leads Inquiries to Google Sheets for Customers' Electronics Business, and you can see over here there are two windows in front of you. One window says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process, because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as IndiaMART. As with the help of IndiaMART, I'm receiving a lot of leads and inquiries for my electronics business. I want that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated with the help of IndiaMART by the potential customers and clients, automatically and instantly Pabbly Connect should capture the response of the new lead being generated. And for that, I've selected my trigger application as IndiaMART, and for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as new leads. Okay. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we're going to create a connection between IndiaMART and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help text. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect my IndiaMART account to Pabbly Connect. For that, I'm going to log into my IndiaMART account. So this is my IndiaMART account right over here, and I'm going to connect this account to Pabbly Connect. For that, from the left side of the panel, go to the Lead Manager option right over here. Under Lead Manager, if you're going to land towards this page, on the left corner, click on this menu button right over here. From the given option, go to the Import and Export Leads. And from the given option under it, click on this Push API button right over here. As I'm going to do that, we'll be landed towards the Push API page right over here. It is asking for us to select the source first. As the given source is not provided in the drop-down, I'm going to select the source over here as Other. As I'm going to click on Other, you can see a dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the source name, that's the platform name, and the URL. So for the platform name over here, I'm going to write it as Pabbly Connect. This is the platform name, and for the URL field, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. After giving the platform name and the URL, I'm going to click on the Save Details button right over here. As I've done that, it is asking for the reason why we're creating the API. For that, I'm going to select a random reason from the drop down and click on this button right over here. As I've done that, you can see the webhook URL is now been successfully added in my IndiaMART account. So if I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down, you can see over here it is saying waiting for webhook response. So as now the webhook URL is now been successfully added to my IndiaMART account, what we're going to do is we're going to check whether IndiaMART has now been connected to Pabbly Connect or not. And how we're going to do that? By generating a test lead for our business for the product that we have created using IndiaMART, we're going to generate a test lead. And after generating the test lead, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the test lead being generated or not. Okay, so now let us generate the test lead. For that, I'm going to log into my user account. So this is my user account right over here. Now let us generate the test lead. Okay, I'm going to search for the dummy product that I've created right over here. So I've created a product right over here in the name of. So this is the dummy product that I've created. I'm going to select it from here. So this is the dummy product, and with the help of this dummy product, I will be generating the test lead. For that, click on this contact supply button right over here. After that, over here, it is asking for the message, that is the inquiry that we want to send towards our business. So for the inquiry over here, I'm going to write it as. So this is the inquiry, that is what payment options and terms do you offer? Is there any advance payment requirement for high value orders like commercial air conditioners? So this is the inquiry that I have. Okay, I'm going to click on the submit button. It is asking for the GST number, so I'm going to write in a dummy GST number right over here, and then I'm going to click on the submit button right over here. As I've done that, it says the details are sent. As the details are sent, this means the test lead has been generated. So as the test lead has been generated, I'm going to open my workflow and check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the test lead being generated or not. For that, I'm going to open the workflow that I've created. So this is the workflow that I've created. If I'm going to scroll down, you can see right over here, Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the test lead being generated. Firstly, it is asking for the query ID. We have received the query ID right over here. For the subject, we have received the dummy subject. You can see right over here. For the state comes as Madhya Pradesh. You can see right over here. The name of the lead comes as Angel. For the mobile number, we've received the mobile number of our lead. For the email as testuser@pabblytudes.com. This is the dummy email. This is the lead's email. Country as India. Code is IN right over here. Company as test company. City as Bhopal. Address as Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. We've received the query date and time that was generated. For the product name, the dummy product name that we have created. Message, the message that we have asked as a query, you can see right over here. That is what payment options and terms do you offer? Is there an advance payment requirement for high value orders like commercial air conditioners? Okay, this was a message, the inquiry that we have generated with all the other details. As the response of the new lead being generated is successfully captured in our workflow, this means that we have successfully created a connection between IndiaMART and Pabbly Connect, and a trigger setup is done. Now, whenever a new lead is going to be generated by any of the potential customers and clients with the help of IndiaMART, automatically and instantly Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. Okay. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. As our objective is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated with the help of IndiaMART, I want to create a record of that lead in my Google Sheets right away so that I can track the data of my lead. Okay. So in order to create the record in my Google Sheets, we're going to set up our action step. And for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. Okay. And for the action event, I'm going to select it as add new row, as now we're going to create a record of the new lead being generated with the help of IndiaMART in our Google Sheets. After selecting the action application and the event, I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection. After that, click on sign in with Google. A window is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the permission. So I'm going to click on this allow button. As this say process, my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to click on this allow button. As you can see that we successfully authorized Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it is asking for us to select a spreadsheet. So I've created a spreadsheet in the name of IndiaMART leads details, and I'm going to create a record of the leads that are generated from my business on my IndiaMART account in this spreadsheet right over here. So with the spreadsheet over here, I'm going to select it as IndiaMART lead details. Okay. After selecting the spreadsheet, it is asking for me to select the sheets. I've created a single sheet in the name of sheet 1. You can see right over here. So for the sheet over here, I'm going to select it as sheet 1. After that, it is asking for the unique query ID, name, email, phone number, company, address, city, state, country, product name, and the message. Okay. So over here, these are the same headers that I've created in the spreadsheet. You can see unique query ID, name, email, phone number, company, address, city, state, country, product name, and the message. Okay, so these are the same headers that I've created in the spreadsheet as over here in our workflow. So for the data of these fields, what we're going to do is we're going to map the data. So what is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous step, you can see that is IndiaMART new leads, and as I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for the unique query ID. In my previous response, I've received the unique query ID. You can see right over here. So I'm going to select the data from my previous response. As I selected data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Similarly, next it is asking for the name. So what I'm going to do is for the name data, I'm going to map the data of the name right over here. I'm going to map the data. Okay. After that, it is asking for the email. So I'm going to search for the email right over here. I'm going to map the data of the email. Okay. Next, it is asking for the phone number. That is the mobile number. So I'm going to search for the mobile number right over here. I'm going to map the data of the mobile number. Okay. Next, it is asking for the company. So I'm going to map the data of the company that I've received right over here. I'm going to map it right over here. Okay. Next, it is asking for the address. So for the address, I'm going to map the data right over here for the address that I've received. For the city over here, I'm going to map the data of the city that I've received right over here. For the state, I'm going to map the data of the state right over here. I'm going to map the data. Next, it is asking for the country. So I'm going to map the data of the country right over here. I'm going to map it. For the product name, I'm going to map the data of the product name that I've received. I'm going to map the data. And for the message over here, I'm going to map the data of the message that I've received, the query message, that is the inquiry. Okay. As now we've filled in all the required details, I'm going to click on the Save and Send Test Request button. As I've done that, you can see right away we received the response, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my spreadsheet that I've created, and I'm going to check whether the record of the new lead being generated is created in my spreadsheet or not. For that, I'm going to open the spreadsheet that I've created. And yes, you can see right away in my spreadsheet, the record of the new lead being generated is successfully created. For the unique query ID, the ID name as Angel, email as testuser@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number, the dummy mobile number, company as test company, address as Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, city as Bhopal, state as Madhya Pradesh, country as IN, that is India, product name, the product name, and for the message, the inquiry that we have generated. Okay. As the record of the new lead being generated is successfully created in the spreadsheet, this means that we successfully created a connection between IndiaMART and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of an electronics business and I receive a lot of leads and inquiries for my business with the help of IndiaMART. My objective is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated by the potential customers and clients with the help of IndiaMART, automatically the record of the lead should be created in my Google Sheets so that I can track the details of the leads. Okay, and for that I've created this amazing automation between IndiaMART and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel. Hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.